Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and I'm back. It is Friday, the 12th of November, 2021, 8:25 a.m. Yes, I was gone to Mexico for 2 weeks. Even for me, a fair guy like me, I got a tan. What a wonderful time. Prices are great. Go. That's all I can tell you. And everybody wears a mask there. You know, I was looking today, and the first thing I'm hearing in the news this morning, coffee prices are going to go up. They have a combination of bad weather down in South America, transportation issues, supply chain issues. I can go on and on. So, for those of you, and I think you know how this works, they'll raise the price because of the material. They never drop it back if it goes down. Then they use the idea that, well, if their costs went down there, but their other cost of labor and so on keeps going up. All I can tell you is it's going to get to the point where you're going to take a cup and they're going to reduce the size of it. If you don't believe what I'm telling you, wait. That is what you're going to do, because there's a pricing point where you can't keep doing what you're doing. So maybe you hit $5, $6 for a cup of coffee at some of these, let's call them the Starbucks type chains, and Starbucks, whatever that may be. Make the cup smaller, probably get away with that. In the grain market, have some reports coming out soon on Monday. Nope at the crush and so on. We'll see what that does. On the energy markets, it's interesting that OPEC just keeps flipping back and forth. Now they're going to help the markets a little bit. So the idea that they're going to produce a little bit more, well, the markets drop on that news. I'm watching nat gas take a beating, but yet in Chicago, we're going to get snow today and rain. And those temperatures that were 66 on Monday, that's history. We're in the 20s right now, and that's going to be the new norm. So that'll catch on as it spreads across the country. In the stock indices, here's my concern about the market. You had an embedded reading. Embedded readings you always pay attention to. When they're lost, and often you can get a bounce as they're lost for a day or so, but then the market normally retraces. We'll see what happens. Gold has certainly come alive. Before I left, I told you my theme was that you could get to $2,000 gold ultimately, maybe beginning of 2022, something like that, because I think the inflation story is very much here. Even with the dollar slightly stronger, the dollar's 95.23. A lot of people still think this dollar's not going to go anywhere in 2022. We'll get to see how that's going to play out. Now, let's see if I can get this to come up and get you going. Yeah, here's the news. We're going to get the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Indexes coming out at 9 o'clock. We'll see if they've gone up in the process. The reason that I wonder about that is if you're watching, 35 states in the United States are now seeing COVID cases increase. We were warned, properly so, that come the winter, late fall, winter, what's going to happen is you're going to see the flu cases go up, COVID cases go up. It's happening. Schools in Chicago closed today. In Seattle, by the way, closed today so that people can go get their shots. I'm talking to students now. In Seattle, they had to close schools. I read that this morning because so many teachers are burned out and they can't get enough subs in. So they closed the schools to give everybody a break. Eurozone economic news, well, if you look at the growth, they're looking for 5% this year, then it falls off, and it really comes down in 2023. In fact, you see that in all their numbers. Industrial production, not as bad this month as they had forecasted. They were looking for it down 0.7. It was only down, as it turns out, 0.2. So I don't think that's all too bad in the marketplace. And I want to remind you, I was gone. I know you weren't seeing these free videos, but my morning subscriber videos for both my spiders and ETFs were out every day. I didn't miss a beat because I can record when I don't have my studio with me. I'm here in front of a screen, but those videos I'm not on. They're just looking like you can see behind me with all the data. I talk shorter term, longer term, what to do, where to do it in the marketplace. The idea there